What's up guys, welcome back to the channel where we talk all things horror. So 2017 and 2018, both great years for horror, and 2019 right now looks very promising as well. So in this video I wanted to go through my most anticipated movies of the year in the order that they'll be releasing. So the first film is The Prodigy, coming out on February 8th. And I know this premise has been overdone in the past. You have this young child and there's a supernatural presence, or they're potentially possessed, but there's two reasons why I'm really excited for this movie. One is the director, very talented, who also did The Pact and At the Devil's Door. And number two, it's a chance for Jackson Robert Scott to showcase his acting chops. He had a very small role in the It remake last year. He played Georgie, but now he's going to be the main antagonist. He has a chance to freak us out as an audience. So I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. Moving on to the next week, February 14th, Happy Death Day to You is coming out. The first film I watched months after it was released in theaters. I didn't know what to expect, but I surprisingly had a really good time with that movie. Jessica Rothe was a charismatic lead, and her chemistry with Israel Brewer actually made it a really engaging horror mystery thriller that made me care about the outcome. And the sequel takes place 2 years after the original film, and the director promised that we'll find out how this time loop was created, and it'll be a very Back to the Future style sequel. As a horror fan and a Back to the Future fan, I'm excited, so I hope it's good. Now jumping to March 15th, Jordan Peele's second horror film. It's called Us, and he came out of nowhere with Get Out. It was his directorial debut. It shocked everyone. Critics loved it, the general audience loved it, and now this is a film that explores the duality of characters and the idea that we're our own worst enemy. Now moving on to April 15th, it's the remake to Stephen King's novel and 80s film Pet Sematary. And I've never seen the original film, so I don't really know what to expect from this movie, but the trailer that came out in 2018 was absolutely one of my favorites of the year. The trailer has a very ominous tone, and in an interview the director said that they're trying to keep this a very grounded movie and a psychologically driven horror version of the book. And 4 days after Pet Sematary releases, we have The Curse of La Llorona coming out on April 19th. It's produced by James Wan, which means there's potential for this whole cinematic universe for these Hispanic legends. You have El Cucuy, Chupacabra, and El Cibon. Could be a big moneymaker, but we have to wait and see how La Llorona does. Now on May 24th, we have a horror film that's the antithesis of a Superman origin story. You have this young boy that crash lands on Earth, but instead of becoming a hero, he becomes something far more sinister. The main reason I'm excited for this movie is it's produced by the extremely talented James Gunn, who also directed Slither and both of the Guardians of the Galaxy films. 1 week after Brightburn releases, on May 31st, we have Godzilla, King of Monsters. The trailer had some beautiful visuals. You see all of these monsters fighting. What more could you ask for? And to top it off, we have Michael Dougherty, the director of Trick or Treat and Krampus, coming to helm this film. We have Vera Farmiga from the Conjuring films and Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things. Those two great actors. Huge monsters. Michael Dougherty, talented director. I cannot wait. On August 9th, we have Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which is produced by Guillermo del Toro. And this is a book series that came out back in the 80s and 90s, and I'm sure a lot of us read them as kids. We remember those iconic pictures in the books. So we don't have many details about the film right now. There's no well-known actors, and it's a very unknown director as well. But we know that there's a group of kids that are facing their fears to save their town. Now jumping to September 6th, I think this is one of the most anticipated, not only horror films of the year, just general releases of the year. It's It Chapter 2. The first film was a huge success, made over $300 million on a $45 million budget. It was well received by critics, by horror fans, and now we know we're going to see the Losers Club all grown up. We have talented actors like Bill Hader, James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain. Now jumping to October 11th, we have Zombieland 2, which is happening 10 years to the date after the first film was released. We have the original director returning. We have the whole cast from the first film coming back. We have Woody Harrelson, we have Jesse Eisenberg, Emma Stone. Fantastic cast. I love the first film. They have teased that there's going to be super zombies, and the director also said we will be seeing a whole new set of rules, so I'm very excited for this movie. And the last movie on my list, which doesn't have a release date, is Rob Zombie's 3 from Hell. This is a sequel to A Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses. I know at the end of A Devil's Rejects, they were in a shootout with the cops. It looked like they all died, but apparently they didn't, or they did die, and this is a journey through hell. So there you guys have it. Those are my most anticipated horror films of 2019. Let me know in the comment section down below, what are your top 5 or top 10 most anticipated films? What do you think of my list? If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want weekly horror movie reviews and topical videos, then definitely subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well, at Arsic. And I will see you guys next week with another horror movie review. Have a great day. Bye.